It's time for another quick take, ladies and gentlemen. I am done moping. I have analyzed this game, and I have come to some conclusions that Patriots fans may or may not like. So the phase of depression is gone, and it is now time to drop the gloves, so to speak, and get going on what I believe happened in this game. Patriots fans may or may not like it. So number 6, they definitely won't like this one. James White's knee was down, okay? Here's the photo. I DVR'd it on my television to make sure that this is not photoshopped, and I can confirm for you guys that it is not photoshopped. Now, it is so razor close that I'm not going to say this is outrageous, it's fixed, or any of that, but it should be worth noting. I believe that James White did not cross the plane before his knee was down. It is very close, and I don't think that this is something that we should dwell on too much, but it should be duly noted. I thought his knee was down. Number 5, first half misconceptions. A lot of people are going to say that Atlanta looked like the better football team in the first half and New England got dominated. And that's actually not true. New England they screwed up. They didn't get dominated. They didn't look like the worst football team by that much. They moved the ball into Atlanta territory 4 times. One of those times, Blunt fumbled. One of those times, Brady threw a pick 6. Both of those drives should have resulted in field goals. And then the clock was not their friend at the end of the first half where they had to settle for a field goal. So they really moved the ball in Atlanta. And they wound up with 3 points despite being able to move the ball with relative ease. On the defensive end, they were able to stop the Falcons. They forced them to punt twice, and the Falcons scored 2 touchdowns. So defensively, it was, but this is a great offense. This is what's going to happen. I don't think that the first half was as lopsided as the score would suggest. I just think that the Patriots made errors, most obviously the Blunt fumble and the Brady interception, where really those were such big errors that New England shouldn't have really been able to come back from those had it not for been the choke job that Atlanta basically demonstrated. Number 4, Who-lio Jones. You like that? He had 4 receptions on 4 targets, 87 yards. So his stats looked fine. But Taylor Gabriel had more targets than Who-lio Jones. He had 5. Austin Hooper. Hooper? Like for real. He had 6 targets, more than Who-lio Jones. So credit to Belichick, credit to the Patriots secondary. But 4 targets, I mean, how can you not scratch your head at that stat? Number 3, Brady has an Eli moment. Eli had the lucky David Tyree pass. Now, granted, that was on 3rd down, and this was a pass on 1st and 10, a 23-yard pass to Julian Edelman with 2 minutes, 28 seconds left to go in the game. And basically, it was fumbled around. It could have so easily been intercepted. It deflected off of an Atlanta defender, and he got a good bounce, did Julian Edelman and Tom Brady. Then in the overtime, I want to point out, he threw a fade to Martellus Bennett that was underthrown, a very scary throw, and could have actually been intercepted. But, Brady was fortunate in those instances, so he got his Eli Manning moment. Number 2, this one's bad. Shanahan and Quinn blow it, okay? Let me paint this picture. There is 4 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. It is an 8-point game. A field goal makes it a 2-possession game. Atlanta has the ball on the New England 22-yard line. What do? You run it. What does Atlanta do? They pass it. Matt Ryan is sacked. That's a loss of 12. Then, next play, they pass it again. Holding. Bring him back another 10 yards. And now they're on the 35-5-yard run, and maybe you can go for a field goal with Matt Bryant. What do? You pass it again, and it's an incomplete pass. Unbelievable. They could have taken a knee and kicked a field goal, and they would have won this football game. But they decided to pass the ball, and it backfired. Matt Ryan gets sacked. Kyle Shanahan deserves a lot of blame, and so does Quinn, the head coach. So just awful. And number 1, I actually forgot to make a title. Number 1 is Brady Bias, okay? Because there is no game where it's more evident on this Monday about the media and the Patriots fans, well, I'll let them off the hook. They should have that bias. But imagine Matt Ryan and Tom Brady switched places, okay? So Matt Ryan threw for 466 yards on what was it? Maybe like 57 attempts or whatever Tom Brady had, okay? But it was Brady who choked in the second half. If it was Belichick who didn't run the ball in that situation, that Atlanta passed the ball in. Imagine if Brady's Patriots choked like the Atlanta Falcons did last night. The number one story would not be Matt Ryan is unbelievable. Matt Ryan, what a comeback. It would be the New England Patriots choked. And that should be the story. This should be the Atlanta Falcons choked, because I have never seen a choke like I saw last night. Hope you enjoyed, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you next.